Aren't you supportive?
Yeah, I'm seven.
All right, we ready? It is 6 o'clock. I will call the meeting to order. Please stand and join me in the pledge of allegiance, followed by a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, the clerk, call the roll.
Russell.
Here.
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 Seaver.
Here.
Here.
All right, persons wishing to address the council. First up is Sadie Howell, the president of Envision Greater Fond du Lac, to give her annual update of all of the cool things Envision has got going on supporting local. And you made it on time.
I did. I was a little worried.
I thought I'd have to stall here for a
Oh,
minute.
thank you.
I was gonna tell jokes or do tricks.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sadie.
No, don't have to sing and dance. Hi, I'm Sadie Howell, the president and CEO of Envision Greater Fond du Lac, and tonight I also have Lisa MacArthur, our vice president of economic development, and Raina Lyman, our senior director of economic development, here with us tonight. I do have quite a few slides, so I'll try to go fast, and if there's anything at any point you want me to stop and expand on, I can take questions throughout or at the end. We are still in our 5-year strategic plan. We have 3 overarching goals. Whoa. Here is some of our team operations and marketing. I'm really going to focus a lot on economic development because we do have an MOU with the city of Waupun that focuses pretty heavily on economic development. And then I'll touch on some of what our chamber is doing as well. First up is retention. So far this year, Raina has completed 9 BREs and Raina did bring handouts. Our BRE stands for Business Retention and Expansion. Last year we did 125 of these visits around the entire county, different industries. It's a way that we check in and keep a pulse on how we're doing as a county, any trends or themes that we see. It's also a way that after the conversation, we might identify some resources that we can provide, such as expansion resources or workforce programming, or maybe some red flags. If this business might be struggling, then we can also offer resources as well. So on the sheet that you have are the top 10 trends. We like to update this usually once or twice a year on what are the top trends facing. Here is a little bit of data that is very Waupun specific. We subscribe to a platform called Esri, and that gives us economic impact data and pulled some of the Waupun numbers. And again, I'd be happy to send this to you after. It is very interesting once you take out the incarcerated population to really dig into what your household data is, which is very positive. You have a really good median household income for a rural community, and your home median values and housing affordability, which I will actually touch on a little bit later. Did I do that? No. Okay. One interesting is that bottom right image of lifestyle spending. So as you see, there's quite a bit of spending that happens on travel that is outside of the city. So when an economist or a developer is looking at lifestyle spending in a community and sees a number that high on travel, what we call that is leakage. And that means they are leaving to go spend money elsewhere. So there's definitely an opportunity as we continue to see your downtown grow and see some of your other amenities grow, that there is absolutely capacity in Waupun to spend more locally. Entrepreneurship is led by Zach Beesom, who has spent 104 hours this year with 17 different Waupun businesses providing technical assistance. We have held 2 specific events, the Idea Slam and a small business marketing class. And I don't have it on the slide, but last year we wrapped up our Ignite Rural pitch event that was very successful, and wanted to thank, because he's in the audience, Mr. Andy Gluen, who was one of our judges for that evening. So that was a really cool event. We held it at Waupun City Hall. Thank you, Mayor, for allowing us to hold it here. And we gave away $50,000 in grants to businesses for their startup. WRNC is something I talked about last year and wanted to update you. This is a really unique program where Waupun, Ripon, North Fond du Lac, and Campbellsport came together and submitted a joint application to WEDC to start a revolving loan fund for your community's specific. Startup is $10,000, expansions are $25,000. So far in Waupun, there has been $70,000 invested in financing. The loans have a 2 to 3% interest rate, with 20% of it being forgivable at the end. We have another current potential to lend another $60,000 in Waupun by the end of the year. Housing, Lisa MacArthur on our team has really been the lead on housing in Fond du Lac County, as well as serving on the Economic Development Committee here in the city of Waupun, and business attraction assistance for the city of Waupun. Kathy is graciously a member of our housing committee and has been an incredibly active and great partner to have on the housing conversation. So on that slide earlier, I had some housing numbers, and I put this image on here as well to show that with your housing affordability, you are an incredibly affordable place to have a home and raise a family, and it is a competitive advantage. The percent of income to mortgage, so kind of the best practice, if you're going to a bank wants your mortgage to be less than 30% of your household income. So Waupun is well under that, which is great. Again, it is very much a competitive advantage. You have a great affordability index, which means that, again, that lower percent of income per mortgage. There is a little bit of a warning in the data, in that the largest share of housing stock predates 1939. So not a lot has been built since 2010. So even though they are affordable, it doesn't help if there's not enough of them on the market. And most of the comprehensive plans throughout Fond du Lac County, Waupun's included, really call out housing as an economic development tool, as a focus for your community, in order for you to continue to attract and retain talent. Our housing committee, so Envision partnered with a consultant to get some housing recommendations for Fond du Lac County. And out of that, the Envision board created a smaller housing committee to really look at these recommendations in depth. And that is something that we have been meeting on twice a month and going through what these recommendations are, which ones will be feasible, which ones can Envision own, and where might we get some either influence or assistance. And I did want to point out that we use the term affordable housing or workforce housing. And particularly for our housing committee, that is not low income housing. It's about homes for the people who already work here at the hospital, at the manufacturer, in the schools, at the correctional facilities that need to find homes that either can't find one available or can't find one that is in their price range. Employers across this county tell us the same thing. They can hire, but people have nowhere to live. And housing is workforce infrastructure. So Kathy is working with us to identify Waupun's best candidate lots, infill, city-owned, or partner-owned parcels, so that we can bring Waupun a real vetted opportunity. Workforce programming is headed up by Emily Wiseman on our team. And this year at Project Grill, which is one of our longstanding programs, the CWC won Best of Show for Project Grill this year. As you can see on the image, it went to WDS. Very, very cool. I don't know where WDS plans on keeping it, but hopefully you'll get to see it in action, because they all have to be working grills that actually cook food, so these can be used. Focus Forward was part of our Young Professionals programming, in which we had 5 high school students and a chaperone from Waupun High School. And we welcomed to Career Connections Academy this year 125 8th graders and 42 from the Waupun Middle School and 42 8th graders from CWC. Here is our chamber side of the team. Joe is probably a very recognizable face to most of you in Waupun. Mike Rohde and Amy Reese. Amy heads up our agribusiness council and our agribusiness egg ambassadors. So once again, Amy and her ambassadors visited all of the Waupun K4 through 5th grades twice this year to teach them about where their food comes from. Natalia is one of our newest team members, and she is our Young Professionals Coordinator and our Talent Attraction Coordinator, which I will touch on. The Waupun Business Alliance is still alive and well. We continue to host regular office hours at 10 West Main Street, held the annual banquet on March 10th. We had about 175 attendees. We gave out some awards, which is really great. And the golf outing is September 11th at The Rock, and registration will be open soon. So hopefully we will see plenty of you there. We continue to focus a lot on advocacy. We held, I think this is our 3rd or 4th year of holding public office preparation. This is where we invite people in to learn about what it might be to serve in the roles that you're in, or volunteer on a committee, and kind of take away some of that angst about what running for office looks like. We also have monthly legislative forums. Kathy is often an attendee, and that's where we welcome our state representatives so that we can talk about what's happening in the state legislature. Our talent attraction program, you may have seen it in the news, is we partnered with a national platform called Make My Move. And why is because Fond du Lac County is facing a population decline, not unlike the rest of the state of Wisconsin. And in order for our businesses to feel that they can continue to operate here and grow here, they need to have some assurance from organizations like ours, from their municipal partners, that we hear you and we are all working together to attract new residents. Because in order for Tenneco to add another line, and if they want to add 100 people, they need to know that maybe not necessarily today, but in 5, 10, 20 years, are they going to have a workforce here that is going to be able to sustain them? And we want to make sure that we can say confidently to our employers, yes, and we're working on it. So we applied for a grant. The state legislature put $5 million into a talent attraction campaign. We were one of several communities that received grant awards. We were one of the larger ones. So we received $346,000. The Envision Board of Directors committed $100,000. And then with our businesses in-kind support for experiences, $80,000. So this is a $500,000 talent attraction campaign. Here, we just received some new numbers from Make My Move just last week. And this has been the piece that we were missing. We still have the worker relocation incentive program that we launched about 5 years ago, and it is still available to employers. But what we were missing in that campaign was the marketing and the advertising reach. And this is why partnering with Make My Move has been absolutely incredible. $6.6 million in ad value we've already had from Make My Move. I've had the opportunity to be on a number of different news platforms, TV, radio, and print, and all getting to talk about how great Fond du Lac County is and why you should choose to move here. We had 1,700 people apply to move to Fond du Lac County. That got trickled down into 900 of them actually clicked the apply now and fill it out. Out of those 900, 700 of them are actually eligible. So there are eligibility requirements. You have to be from outside the state of Wisconsin. You have to have an income of over $55,000, and you have to pass a criminal background check. So of those 700 that have applied and are eligible, 75% of them are looking for local employment. So we are introducing them to employers already here, and we have a talent network on the back end of this program so that their resumes can get shared with local employers. Another interesting is who is in the pipeline, because everybody puts in what kind of job or career they're looking for and what experience they have. Overwhelmingly healthcare, followed by manufacturing trades. Really, everything that you see on here are jobs that are very well represented by an employer in Fond du Lac County. We had applicants from all 50 states, even though Wisconsin isn't eligible. And very interestingly, is 42% of these households are bringing children. And that really was our target audience, is families. So I will stop there. I didn't put it on the slide. We do have 6 confirmed movers already. 4 of them have local employment secured with local employers. 1 gentleman has already purchased a house. So we are very excited that from May 14th, in just launching it, we're already actually welcoming new residents to Fond du Lac County. And I'd be happy to take any questions.
With us being split between the 2 counties, does that complicate that more so, or just say nothing in Dodge County?
Yeah, not for us. It's great for us because we get to say you have to live in Fond du Lac County. So, yes, I guess it does bring a little bit, but WEDC in our grant application did give us some leeway. So let's say somebody wants to move here, they secure a job at Tenneco, and they are looking for housing and they find a house that is on the Dodge County side, maybe by a couple of miles, we can still offer them the incentives because a rising tide raises all ships. We'd rather have them here in Wisconsin and close to us than to say no, but we will give priority to the Fond du Lac County.
Is there a timeline when that expires, that grant?
Yes, so 32 families within 2 years.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thank you, Sadie.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Does anyone else wish to address the city council? I'm hearing none. For those of you in the audience, before you leave, you can make sure you fill out the sign-in sheet so that my city clerk doesn't get mad at me. I'd appreciate that. We will move on to boards, committee, commission recommendations. Number 2, the certified survey map of line 2. This recommendation to approve comes from the March 18, 2026 Plan Commission meeting. The CMSM provided the roadway easement needed for the northern section of Shaler Drive extension. Do I have a motion to approve the certified survey map?
So moved.
Motion Matishek, is there a second?
I'll second.
Seconded by Severs. You want to speak on it?
No.
All right. There is a motion and a second. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, we'll take a roll call on that.
Aye. Milky.
Aye.
Swarsky.
Aye.
Hebert.
Aye.
Abhishek.
Aye.
Westfall.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously. Number 3, Highway View Holdings provides an offer to purchase for a land exchange in the facility Shaler Drive Road right of way extension to support housing development in the area. Do we have a motion and a second to approve the offer to purchase with the Highway View Holdings?
I'll make that motion.
Motion Severs, is there a second? Seconded by Coons. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call on that.
Milky.
Aye.
Coons. Aye. Severs.
Aye.
Westfall.
Aye.
Swarsky. Abhishek.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Number 4, the developers agreement with Highway View Holdings to support single-family residential development in the city. Do I have a motion and a second to approve the developers agreement with Highway View Holdings?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Jason. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Coons. Would you like to add to it?
I'm happy to answer any questions you might have or talk you through the details. We've been working on this project for a number of years. This was envisioned in TID 9 creation, which happened around 2022. It is really trying to answer the gap we see in available buildable lots for housing. Housing is a shortage. I'm sure you hear it because I hear it all the time. And so we've been fortunate to work with a local developer. Andy Gluen is here this evening with BJ Yan. And they can answer any questions you might have as well. But the proposal before you really is a developer-led housing development with infrastructure funded ultimately by tax increment financing as a payback, but the money is supported by the developer, not the city, which is key for us because it doesn't draw down our limited debt capacity that's available to do all the things you know we need to do. So I'm happy to answer any questions you might have. 44 single family lots.
Is there a time frame at all? Or is it in here?
So time frame, is all of a sudden the wheels started moving now. So our goal is to try and get it going as soon as possible. We still have some milestones to achieve, and that includes the plating process. So that'll start with Plan Commission next week. And then it's got to be filed with the state. So, there's a number of things. I think it'll be later this fall.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, we have a motion from Alderman Westfall, seconded by Alderman Coons. We will take a roll call on that.
Abhishek.
Aye.
Severs.
Aye.
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 Westfall.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously. Number 5, license permit number 5. The August council meeting is scheduled for August 11th, which is the primary partisan election. So we're gonna open up to the council for preferences on when to hold that meeting, because we can't do it here, because Angie will be upstairs running an election. So one of the questions I have is, do we want to take the city council meeting and the committee of the whole meeting and merge them into one longer meeting on one of the weeks in between those two dates? Or do you want to just move the council meeting to Monday? Because it's kind of it's a unique situation. We have Mike Peters from WPPI coming to utilities, because we're gonna renew our contract, hopefully with WPPI Energy, and all the aldermen are gonna be invited to that, so that everybody's up to speed on it. We could merge the two to the Monday night, or we could just attend that as part of the utility commission, see what they do, but we do need to approve that as a full council, so.
The utilities does have something on that meeting date, it's gonna be a recommendation to the city. I would probably maybe be looking at actually holding Fond du Lac County downstairs here due to the hospital shift that's gonna be upstairs. I don't want that many people up there if possible. So I prefer, if we're gonna hold it, be after the August 11th.
Yeah, I'd be more inclined to maybe combine the two meetings on the 18th.
I think that works. Is there any objections to that? Is that okay with you, with approval of the extension to do it on the 18th of the council?
That's not a that day, but I don't think, I won't be able to make the 18th.
And say you could still hold two separate meetings, 18th and 25th, depending on what the agendas look like too.
Or can we just do it all on the 25th?
We could do it all on the I'm fine with that, like, any objections to just doing it all on the 25th? I hate moving council meetings, because like, we set that for the year, but it's an election day and there's nothing we can do about it.
Does that extra week put you off too much?
No, that's not a problem at all.
Kathy, does that do anything with the CPO?
A little early for us to tell. I do know we're gonna have some budget stuff that's gonna have to be talked about in workshop format, so I can't predict what else is gonna be on there yet. But if you're open to it, and if something were urgent, we'd ask and call a special meeting.
Yeah.
All right, so is everyone kind of cool just doing it on Tuesday, August the 25th, 5:30? Expect a longer meeting, and if something urgent comes up, we'll call a meeting and go from there. With no objections,
Sounds good.
all right, cool beans. And then, do I have a
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the no meeting on the 11th.
Correct. You have to vote.
I'll stand up.
Do I have a motion and a second to approve the licenses and permits and authorize the payment of expenses?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Matashek, seconded by Coons. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Seeing none, we'll take a roll call.
Seaver.
Aye.
Manashek.
Aye.
Westfall.
Aye.
Aye. Motion.
Motion carries unanimously. Number 6, the light equipment operator job description. Do I have a motion to approve the light equipment operator job description as is in your packet?
We'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion Coons, second Matashek. Any questions, comments, or concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Motion carries. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Make that motion to adjourn.
Motion by Coons, is there a second? Seconded by Milky. All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say no. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming.